We had a really sick winter back here in Sweden and also on Maui, but for me it's been pretty much just starboard tack windsurfing. So I feel like my level in starboard tack had gone from last year through the roof, but I really feel like I needed to up my level in port tack for the event because the PWA is pretty much just a port tack event. The trials for the wave fleet is pretty tough. It's a system they use now, so there's only 32 men in the main fleet, and you have the top 24 plus some wild cards from the PWA and from the organizer straight into the main event. You have 4 places for the trialists, and there's 12 trialists and 4 of them advanced. So it's packed with all these good sailors and also a lot of locals in Pozo. And you have this one heat and one chance to go through, so it's really hardcore. And if you don't go through, you're out. You don't get a ranking or anything. So it's like all or nothing with trials. So it's pretty hardcore stuff. And for me, I've been training really good, and I felt really confident in my sailing and all that. But in my heat, like 2 minutes in the heat, my warm up before was good with 3.7, and then during my heat, like 2 minutes in, hell break loose, you know. It's like full on, and I could easily have been on a 3.4. I could barely jibe on the outside with my 3.7. And apparently there's been a really sick summer back home, because I've seen on the internet, on Facebook, like all the updates, oh it's windy, 42, epic summer session back home. And it's been in Pozo, like just came back from a great day on 3.7, but I see these nice conditions at home. I was like, it would be so nice to be at home, like chatting to the boys, and it looks like you're having an insane summer. And it's just been windy the whole summer. And for me, when I came back, I got a couple of nice sessions. It was so nice after the bad result in Pozo. It was nice to come back and really enjoy the home spot with all the locals and just have a lot of fun. And yeah, windsurfing at home is such a nice thing. It kind of started when I was practicing the tweak push loops on port tack. Like on starboard tack, I can do them pretty easy and pretty high and pretty tweaked, but on port tack I was struggling with my mind, like try to figure into doing them the reverse way. And I tried them and I crashed pretty bad some, and then me and Gustav looked back when we were analyzing the video for training. We saw like some really bad crash. Well, what's that? And Gustav was like, this is like some kind of new rotation on the push loop. And we were looking at it, it's like, yeah, it kind of is, but we didn't really said anything about it. And then I made a few more tries on the push loop, and then I felt like, okay, I know what wrong I'm doing to get this new rotation, so I tried it. Like I really wanted to try the Viking loop, and then I crashed one, and you could see I got the rotation, and then I finally landed one, and I'm just super stoked. It's like it's not a move that I can make every time, but I've landed it now, and it's a new move, and I'm super stoked. And feels pretty insane and pretty surreal that I have invented a new kind of rotation in a loop. Feels like not many people have the privilege to have done that, so I'm just super stoked and happy, and it's pretty funny in the same time. It's a new move, and it's called the Viking loop, so yeah, I'm stoked. After being kicked out of the comp and staying with Jager, and I know he had a really good chance to make really good, I said like, oh yeah, if you want, I can help you in caddy, because like it's a pretty stuff can happen, and it's like he can relax a bit more, like I taking care of some gear, and it helps him, and it feels like a nice thing to do. And I was really on it like the whole time, and then for the final he went out and tried, and just before he started, the wind kind of dropped, so he asked me if I could go up and make his 4.4 ready, just in case it dropped down and he came in. And I said all right, and I hurried up and tried to get the boom on the 4.4, and just as the only time during the whole comp I've not been ready on the beach to sail out with the stuff, that's the time when he snapped his board. So I mean, I was up there rigging his 4.4, and everybody was screaming on the beach like, Markus! I was like, what is going on? He snapped his board, and I was okay, and I just ran down, and then I saw Philip just take his gear and sail out. So I feel pretty bad about it, but it's just there's not much you can do. I was preparing the 4.4, so if I wouldn't have done that and he came in and wanted the 4.4, it would take longer time probably to rig it up a bit.
Shit happens even in paradise.
Yeah, exactly.